How you doing, Linda? Are you looking forward to your trip?
Yeah, I guess. Mom is.
Well, I suppose you'd like to get away from it all for a while.
Yeah, I have to go to the bathroom. Dad, you have to pack this.
Can you hold on to it for a while?
Dad.
Here, why don't you deflate it and I'll put it in the glove compartment.
Okay.
Can you move out of the way before I topple?
Sure, Dad.
Thanks.
Mom! Mom!
3 years, huh?
Mm-hmm. Another day in this house and I go straight off the deep end.
Mom!
What?
If there's a God, what do we need a tooth fairy for?
Just why is that, Pam?
Yeah, Pam.
Richard? Well, you see, Linda, God and the tooth fairy, they have different functions.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Everything else is in the car.
So that's why we have a tooth fairy.
She wants to bring her beach ball.
You're stupid, Pam.
Well, then she better deflate it, hadn't she?
Yeah.
I can't do it. You do it.
You deflate it, Richard.
Right.
You spoke to Malcolm?
Um,
Well, you'd better speak to him.
right.
I'm really sorry about your show, Pam. You know Richard and I would be there if we could.
Oh, it's no big deal, Chris.
Well, it's just that if we don't get away now, we may not have another opportunity to for a year. That's just how Richard's job works.
The trip should do you all some good.
Tell them we're not home.
Wardhouse, we're not home. Hold on. Dad!
He's not going to hear you from there.
Dad!
Hello?
Dick, good thing I got you.
Who was it?
Thompson, right?
Yes. I'm afraid I have some bad news for you.
Well, it can't wait. I'm in a bit of a rush.
It's about Cheryl Cutler, your secretary.
Yeah, what about her? You have a backlog of work to dump on her, right?
No. Actually, we found her body in your neighborhood's park, maybe a mile from you. It looks as if she's been stabbed to death. Hello, Dick?
Shit.
I thought you should know. Perhaps you could come down here by the playground? Dick? Hello, Dick?
Yeah, sure.
You can identify her?
Of course I can identify her. Can't you?
Well, her ID fits, but given the extensive disfigurement of her features, I'd appreciate the second opinion.
Yes, it's her. She took the call?
Yes. I don't believe you've met.
No. She's from Homicide?
That's correct. Terry Michaels. She's very good.
Did you know Cheryl?
I don't believe so. I'm Terry Michaels. May I introduce Dick Ward? Dick, Terry.
I'd like to have a word with you about this.
I bet.
How long's she been here?
Oh, I'd say 7 or 8 hours.
Lousy place to nap.
Pardon me?
Tell Dick about the girl.
What girl?
This kid found the body this morning. Her parents live at the foot of the park.
She was badly shaken.
I'll say they're gonna put the house up for sale.
Motives?
You tell me she was your secretary.
Was she raped?
Can't say. We'll have to wait for the autopsy.
There are easier ways to get a person's clothes off than by shredding them.
Robbed?
Her purse was lying beside her body. What about relatives?
You think a relative did it?
Are there any relatives we can notify?
She's an only child. I know that her parents are both dead.
Maybe you could enlighten me as to what she was doing in the middle of a park at midnight.
I have no idea. Maybe she worked late.
She lives around here?
A couple blocks down. She could have been cutting through the park from the bus stop.
Wonderful.
Oh, it looks like a psychotic to me.
Oh, you think so?
She was like this?
Often.
She's gross.
She's good.
She's badly shaken.
Now, what about that land development deal? Yeah, well, I should hope so. I spent a lot of time on that. Okay, I'll talk to you about it later. Right. And what can I do for you? Sit down.
Richard Ward, Vice.
Ward, yeah. Your name came up about something last week. I can't remember what it was. Vice, huh?
Right.
So what can I do for you?
It's about Cheryl Cutler's murder.
Oh yeah, your secretary. You have my deepest condolences.
Thanks.
I have one of my best people working on that case.
Yeah. Well, I want to work on that case.
Pardon me?
I knew Cheryl for 4 years. I want that case.
Well, I can understand your concern, but you can rest assured that
My superior said it was all right. Cleared it with him. I'm on vacation.
Well, be that as it may, I'm afraid it's out of the question.
Why?
Well, for one thing, you're not in homicide, and for another, I'm afraid your
Are
personal
you out of your
involvement-
mind? Have you taken complete leave of your senses? It's out of the question. It can't be done. I won't do it.
I take it something's bothering you.
This park slashing, I won't do it.
Michael's, I'm in the middle of something.
You're in the middle of something. I'm in the middle of a double murder-suicide with no weapon, no motive, no
Michael's-
witnesses, no nothing. Don't
Michael's-
Michael's me, you son of a bitch.
Hey, listen, I'm not going to argue about this. You took the call.
A fluke. I was picking up my paycheck.
Michaels, I don't believe you've met Richard Cord.
Ward.
We met, Fielding. Now you can take your slasher and...
Excuse me. Fielding. No? Yeah. Okay, give me about 5 minutes. Excuse
Fielding.
me. Go away.
Fielding, give me a break. The system you've arranged really sucks. Can't we draw straws?
Leave me alone.
I could blindfold you and you could pin a tail on the lucky dick.
I did.
I could file a complaint.
You will.
Look, Fielding, how can I get out of this case?
Solve it. Ooh.
What if I can interest someone else? Can I trade?
It doesn't work like baseball cards.
How about we
Look,
get-
Michaels, I've got a meeting to go to and my head is about ready to explode. My car is rusting out. I missed my breakfast. I forgot my lunch. I got about 4 hours sleep last night. I got 3 sick cops out and I am buried in paperwork. And then there's you. Now I need to hear from you like I need a hole in the head. So just buzz over, okay?
You're a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I love you too.
Okay, I'll make a deal with you.
Oh, no, you won't.
Let me piece together my double murder-suicide and then I'll put some time on your slasher. That's fair,
Hey, look,
right?
Michaels, for the last time, you will work on what I tell you to work on, when I tell you to work on it, and you'll report back to me in quadruplicate.
You want this?
Yeah. You won't buy it.
Pardon me?
You won't do it.
He'll do it.
Who'll do it?
That guy, Cord,
Ward.
whatever. Why can't he do it?
Typical.
You know, if you spent just a fraction of the energy you devote to bitching on your work.
Be reasonable, Fielding. It only makes sense.
You want the final word on this?
Yeah.
The bottom line?
Yep.
Vice, right? You're stuck with it. Suffer.
We're not going. We're not going, are we?
No.
What is it this time? Did somebody crack a dope ring?
No.
Then what?
A murder.
All right, a murder. So how does that involve you?
Cheryl. She's dead.
What?
Cheryl's dead. She was mugged. Guess she must have struggled. Christy.
I don't think it's a good idea.
Spent a lot of time with Cheryl. Can't pretend it didn't happen. She's not stupid.
A funeral is still no place for a child her age. She'd be confused.
She'd be more confused if we left her behind.
Oh, I don't know.
Always told me to be direct. Answer her questions.
I know. I can't go. I don't think I could. Richard.
It's okay.
It's just... I can't.
The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. The earth is the Lord's, and the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein. For he that hath founded upon the seas, and established it upon the floods, who shall ascend into the hill of the Lord, or who shall stand in his holy place? He that hath clean hands and a pure heart, who hath not lifted up his soul unto vanity, nor sworn deceitfully, he shall receive the blessing from the Lord, and righteousness from the God of his salvation.
Dad,
Yeah?
why didn't Mom come?
Mom isn't feeling too well.
Is she gonna die too?
No. Of course not.
Well, then how come Cheryl died?
Cheryl had an accident.
Oh. Did Mom have an accident?
No. Mom's fine.
Am I
You what?
gonna have an accident? There. Look, Dad, my doll broke.
Offhand, at that sort of range, I'd say either a .357 or a shotgun. Either he was a damn good shot or you were damn lucky. Take your pick. You want to go to lunch?
How's it going?
How's what going?
The Cutler case, how's it going?
The what case?
You know the park, my secretary, your progress?
Oh yeah, that thing. Somebody dropped off her personal effects. I think she had a boyfriend.
You're kidding. Did you talk to him?
Which makes for a less plausible suicide, a self-inflicted bullet wound or a self-inflicted knife
No,
wound?
of course you haven't talked to him.
Pardon me?
What's his name?
Whose?
The boyfriend.
Oh, I'm sure he's in there somewhere.
Then why don't you contact him?
Why? Because I'm in the middle of a double murder-suicide with no fingerprints, no diaries, no relatives, no motives, no nothing. That's why.
You won't contact him.
Is that your doll?
You won't contact him?
Not in the foreseeable future. Check back with me in a month.
Look, Michaels, I'm getting...
Your words fall on deaf ears.
Someone took a shot at me.
That's your problem.
My daughter was almost killed.
Well, keep her off the streets.
It happened at the funeral.
It never rained.
So
but
it must
poured.
have something to do with Cheryl.
How's that?
I've never been shot at in my life.
You'll get used to it.
Someone thinks I'm on the case.
Maybe even look forward.
So when they figure out you're on the case, maybe they'll take a shot at you. You know, maybe splat coffee all over your face.
I think you can do better than that.
What's his name?
Right in, and why don't you bend down just a bit there and give us a nice big smile. I said smile, not grimace. Nice, nice, real good, real good. That's very nice, very pretty. Oh, wow, peekaboo, I love it. This is hot, this is hot. My lens is fogging over, I love it. And the dress is really nice because it's on you. That's really nice. I'm in love. I'm in love. This is nice. This is really nice. Okay, yeah, flick it up there. That's nice. Go. Oh, good. Good. Oh, we are mad. We are mad and we are in love. Oh, that's it. Pour yourself a drink and you'll be called. And listen, don't forget to leave the dress, dear. So, what can I do for the law? I'd pour you 2 drinks, but I'm trying to cut back.
We'd like to ask you a few questions.
Questions concerning what?
Cheryl Cutler. Do you know her?
In what sense?
You went out with her.
If you say so.
You know she was murdered?
No shit. Is this for real?
You don't know.
News to me. Such a loss. She had great legs. Oh!
Relax already. You'll have to excuse Dick. He falls a lot. Now maybe if you're nice, I can keep him from falling all over you again.
Yeah, well, the 2 of you can just piss off.
Look, you little shit. I'll slap you around myself if you don't start talking fast.
Look, leave me alone. I told you I haven't seen her in months.
Why?
We broke off.
Why's that?
Look, it wasn't in the stars, all right?
You weren't at her funeral.
Look, I told you I didn't even know she kicked. Hey, I don't have to take this from any of you people. I have a right to my attorneys. Now back! Back!
You can kick us out anytime you want. Where were you Friday night?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, Dick, I'll be back in a few minutes.
All right, listen, all right. I was out.
Where?
Just out.
Bye.
Oh, God. Downtown. I was downtown.
This is like squeezing blood from a stone. Where downtown?
A bar, First Avenue.
You got any witnesses?
Yes, I play drums.
Don't give me that, you're a photographer.
And a percussionist.
So, what else do you do?
You want a list?
Beer.
Imported or domestic?
I don't care, just a beer.
Bloody Mary, thanks. So what's up? I thought you were away.
Somebody knifed my secretary, Howard.
Yeah? In the park? Ouch. You getting anywhere?
Help if we had a motive. As it is, someone took a shot at me at the funeral. I'm getting a little edgy.
Someone's shooting at you?
I'm new at this. It's a little unnerving.
I'm sorry, Dick, but I don't know anybody who would pull a stunt like that. Not alive.
Know him?
His face looks familiar, but I couldn't give you a name.
Tom Sutton. Used to go out with her.
Sutton, yeah, I know him. He's a flake. He's a would-be entrepreneur, but he couldn't deal his way out of a paper bag.
Dangerous?
No, he doesn't take shots at cops.
Richard excited?
Richard?
About my show.
Oh, well, Richard doesn't get out much. Oh, but I'm sure he'll enjoy himself.
Did he like the album?
Pam, I don't think he's even heard it yet. He's been awfully busy lately. Police stuff. Well, you know how it is.
Do I know him?
Oh, come on, Pam. Haven't you seen Malcolm in his garden before?
Oh, the garden freak. He seems different somehow.
Malcolm is great. A real cut-up.
You'll have fun.
Fun?
It means a lot to Pam.
Pam?
Besides, we never get out.
Ouch.
You don't want to go, do you?
No.
Richard, please. For me.
Okay.
Thanks.
She's not gonna sing, is she?
Richard!
Fine. Can't wait. I hope she sings a lot.
Why don't you put on her tape?
Christy.
So you'll know it. You've never heard it.
There's a reason for that.
Richard!
Right. Put on the tape. I'll love it.
And I'd appreciate it if you were nice to her tonight.
No doubt.
What?
Nothing.
You know
the summer heat, anticipate defeat. I could be you, I'd give anything for the joy you bring, for the love. Take the hint, it's a common story, we've seen it all before. You said you came here by yourself, you didn't say what for.
Well, you know, sometimes I just spend days in my studio and I don't come out.
Do you live in your studio?
Oh, yes, of course.
Do you sleep in your studio?
Yeah, I enjoy sleeping in my studio. Lots.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
How lots?
Oh, you know, whenever the spirit moves me or some other spirit moves me, you know.
It must be great to wake up there.
Well, it is, actually. It's sort of a mess, but I like it that way.
I hate parties.
Ditto.
You could leave.
So could you.
Circulate.
What?
Socialize.
Fun woman you married.
Come anytime. You got big features.
How many?
Futures.
When?
Both of you.
How many?
So, how goes the world of crime and corruption? Shoot any jaywalkers lately?
Actually.
You know, you're really too beautiful to be a cop.
That's what my doctor told me. Of course, he also told me I was too beautiful to have oral herpes.
Joke, right?
You figure it out.
Why, Tom, Chris never told me you'd met Richard. Now I don't get to introduce you two.
Is there something you should be telling me?
Me?
Isn't he wonderful?
He seems to think so.
Chris knows.
Tom, silly, he produced my album.
No kidding.
Cover too.
I can't get over him.
No, me neither.
We're going to be married in August.
What a treat.
Aren't we, hon? Now, I want you two to get to know each other real good, okay? I want you two to be the best of friends. Oh, I'll be back in a jiff. Here!
Could you at least pretend you're at a party?
What a wonderful girl, huh? It's gotta be worth $500,000 to me at least. A true gold mine.
Well, don't you see how embarrassing you are to me?
Excuse me. Business. I'll have him back to you in a second. Thank me anytime. Doesn't she like you or what?
Actually.
And that clown in there seems to know intimately every woman you've ever met, including your wife.
Actually.
Don't you ever go home even to visit?
Lately.
And how many professions does son have?
You checked out his alibi.
You saw him up there. He drums. Ask your wife. I'm sorry. You got on my nerves. I suppose you have your hands full with this Hagen thing.
My hands full of what?
The guy that escaped.
Escaped?
Don't you read the papers? Incredible. You're less informed than I am. You remember your big drug bust, the one that made you famous for 15 minutes? The couple, they were dealing heroin out of their house by the bushel.
Oh, the couple.
The Hagens.
Yeah. She died, didn't she?
She was shot to death.
Well, yeah. They started shooting at us.
Uh-huh. Well, he's gone. Escaped. Disappeared.
You're kidding.
I take it you're not on the case.
I'm on vacation.
Hi, kids. What's going on behind these closed doors? Aren't you two having any fun?
Fun?
Chris tells me you're working on a big murder case. That's why you canceled your vacation?
I knew there must have been a reason.
So, what's it like?
Oh, you know, the usual stuff. Noisy guns, razored secretaries, slimy boyfriends, the whole package.
Oh, sounds yucksy.
The yucksiness is the least of it. It's the hours that are hell.
Oh. Like the party?
Not exactly, no.
Well, I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
But it's my party.
Okay, it is your fault.
Oh, no, I didn't mean that.
Didn't mean what? You're not sorry?
No. Yes. I mean, that...
It's easy for you to say.
What? No. What I meant was...
Okay, it's my fault.
Your fault what?
That your party stopped.
It is?
Isn't that what you said?
I did?
So many words.
I'm sorry.
So am I.
You are?
I am.
Aren't you?
Got me. It's your party.
How's Linda?
Oh, fine. She's an angel.
No problems.
Nope, she was in bed by 8.
Oh, that's good to hear. Richard, would you pay Kathy?
How much?
How's $5?
Oh, that's fine.
$5, I would have stayed at home. Bye.
Richard,
What?
offer her a ride home.
What?
Well, offer her a ride.
Want to ride home?
No, really, it's not necessary. It's so close.
Why, are you sure?
I'm positive.
She's positive.
Well, if you're sure, you'll be all right.
Oh, I'll be fine.
Night.
Bye.
Hello?
Ward?
What time
It's
is it?
3:30, Ward. This is Bill Baker.
Who?
Kathy's father.
Didn't I pay her enough?
You paid her?
Sure. I'm no ogre.
When did you send her home?
Maybe 2 hours ago.
2 hours?
Isn't she there?
No. Look, Ward, if she's not here, and she's not with you, then where is she?
She's up there,
I can see that.
just hanging out, huh? For this, I get out of bed. Christ.
Her body had suffered multiple lacerations, welts, and bruises. 5 cracked ribs, 1 broken rib which punctured her left lung. A dislocated shoulder blade, a broken collarbone, crushed trachea, and numerous head and face wounds, including a hairline fracture of the skull. Cause of death, strangulation, but strictly by default. Time of death, approximately 2 a.m.
So you're like ruling out suicide? Neat girl. Besides all the junk. How old did you say she was?
16.
Tad young for the pill. Today. When I was her age. Who do we know who would advertise his alleged photographic skills on one side of his card and his alleged musical skills on the other?
Sutton. Should we drag him out of bed right now?
A couple hours. I'm gonna make sure his hangover is thin.
dead.
No.
Might not be home for dinner. I don't know.
Where are you going?
Gonna check up on Sutton. Lives only a block away from where we found her body.
You don't like Pam, do you?
What does that have to do with it?
And you don't like Tom, so you harass him.
Look, that has nothing to do with it. Tom was a murder suspect long before I met him.
I sometimes make things up when I'm dealing with people like this, so I'd appreciate it if you didn't contradict me.
You lie.
Come on, I know you're in there. Rise and shine, Sonny.
Oh, Christ.
Come on, open the door.
Go away.
Didn't you hear the wonderful news? Kathy Baker is dead.
Kathy who?
Open the door, Sutton, or we'll break it down. Maybe if you glanced out your window earlier, you would have noticed an ambulance next to a couple of patrol cars, next to a body hanging from a tree.
What?
You couldn't miss it. It's the one with Dutch Elm.
I don't believe this.
Where were you last night?
I was at a party. Perhaps you heard about it?
After the party?
I went home.
Did anyone see you?
No. Nobody saw me.
Congratulations, you're a murder suspect.
I'm a what?
Murder.
Bullshit. You haven't got anything on me.
We found your calling card on her.
So what? Lots of people have these.
Yeah, and most of them are alive. The caretaker has seen her around here, Sutton.
Okay, so I know her. So what?
Know her? The rabbit died.
What?
You heard me.
What is this? Is this a frame-up? Is that it?
Hey, look! Maybe Cutler was pregnant too. We could dig up the body to find out.
You're disgusting.
So I'm told. How's tricks with Pam these days?
Hey, look. I don't have to take this from you people. Get out. Get out!
We'll be back.
Out.
Suffer.
Can we stop?
All right.
Sorry.
Ready?
Okay, go ahead. Sorry. Is Tom here yet?
No.
Has he called?
No.
He said he'd call if he was going to be late.
He hasn't called. Should we try it again?
Okay. Is that Tom?
No, it's not.
Oh, hi, Chris.
We try again?
All right. This would be easier if Tom were here,
He isn't here. You ready?
I guess. Where the hell is he?
Morning, Chris.
Oh, morning, Malcolm. I'm gonna go over to Pam's for a swim. Do you want to join me?
Gee, I'd love to, but I've got to get these weeds up and 30 new tulip bulbs planted before it gets too hot.
You really put a lot of yourself into that garden, Malcolm.
I love it. See you later, hon.
Hi guys, where's the stiff?
End of the hall.
Right, thanks.
It's the one with the smell of boiled flesh.
Right.
What do you think?
I think you need to see a psychiatrist.
I meant bubble bath back there.
Could have been an accident.
Looks like it.
You think so?
Do you?
What are we up to?
3. Who found her?
Christy.
Mm-hmm. What happened to her?
She had to be sedated. Heavily.
Where were you?
This morning I was asleep.
You should have taken her to the beach or something.
Haven't been getting much sleep lately.
I don't suppose Sutton popped in to find out what all the fuss was about.
You surprised? Well, can't you book him or something?
On what? Suspicion?
I don't care. Make something up.
All right. Go home.
And such polarization of opinion hardly lends itself to past solutions, he concluded. On a tragic note, local recording artist Pam Cleese died in her Kenwood apartment yesterday in a freak electrical accident. Her body was discovered this morning by a neighbor. Miss Cleese was 22. Funeral arrangements are pending.
She all right?
Asleep. She's going to be asleep all day.
She gonna be okay?
It's clear, though, she's been operating under a strain.
Yeah. Been a bad week.
So I've been hearing. Christy mentioned something about a vacation.
Well, yeah, I had to postpone it.
Thanks a lot.
Come on, Linda. Let's eat these outside.
I'll put a lemonade.
Don't spill.
Any time today is just fine.
Yeah?
I'm looking for Sutton. He lives in 203. Have you seen him?
Depends. Who's asking? Oh. Well, you just missed him. He left about 10 minutes ago.
Great. Give me your pass key.
But I can't give it...
I haven't got all day. He doesn't leave any messages with you, does he? Like where he might be?
Nope. I asked him for a forwarding address, but he wouldn't say.
What did you say?
He packed 2 suitcases and took off.
What about all this stuff?
Beats me. It looked like he saw a ghost. It's been a bad day around here.
It's been a bad year around here.
Maybe he's flying light.
What did you say?
Well, he's got a little plane. Maybe...
You mean he's a pilot?
Hello?
It's over there. I got a description of the plane.
How far does he expect to get in one of those?
Far enough. The party's over.
Who told you about this?
Caretaker. He broke the news to me after I find Combs' place.
Let's see. What'd you use for a search warrant? Your sense of humor?
You sound like Fielding. I didn't hear any complaints.
Look, maybe we're jumping the gun.
Oh, come on. Nobody broke into Khaleesi's apartment. Somebody walked in there with a key.
She has a lot of friends.
Yeah, and one of them's leaving town the day after her murder.
Halt! You're under arrest! Damn it, Ward, I was aiming low! He was reaching for a gun.
He's dead.
No search warrant, huh?
Extenuating circumstances.
I see. And you realize, of course, that had you gone in and picked him up 10 minutes earlier, that he'd be alive right now.
Hindsight is a wonderful gift.
Well, I suppose you got your killer. I wish he were alive, but then I can't have everything the way I want it, can I?
You done with us?
Yes, Michaels. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Richard?
It's over.
Really?
Really?
Oh, God.
Mom! Mom!
What is it?
Will you fill this?
Okay.
Mom!
Oh, glad I caught you. There's a discrepancy on your report.
Probably a typo. Don't let it bother you.
You claim to have fired off one shot?
You got it.
They pulled 2 slugs out of the body.
Pardon me?
That's what they've got.
The hell, I aimed low and fired once. I would have hit low, too, if I hadn't lost my balance.
But you did hit low, the left calf. The other slug hit his head.
Impossible. I fired once.
He was hit twice.
There are 5 bullets in there. I haven't shot the damn thing since.
You're certain?
I'm positive. Did you check the barrel creases?
No, there didn't seem to be a need.
I've got to get to a phone. How do I get out of this damn box? Who is this? I have to talk to Richard Ward. What? Where did you move? Did you hate your house? No. Couldn't stand the people in the house. Jesus.
Yeah, I think they're still finding him. Stuffed in a garbage can here, spread beneath a plum tree there, piled in the garage. They're assembling the pieces right there.
It's got a great future as a jigsaw puzzle. Where's Dick?
Inside with his wife. I'm told she went into hysterics. They called in a doctor.
Again? What about the kid?
Linda? No problem. You know kids.
Yeah, probably won't surface till she's 30. I gotta talk to Dick. This stuff is getting out of hand.
He's supposed to be in a very bad mood. I let him cool off.
Can't be helped. You got anything to eat?
I don't know.
Can I get you something? Coffee,
Sure.
milk? Which?
Whatever. A beer.
No beer. This is a family home. I have a theory.
Not interested.
This'll do.
Don't you have a home?
It's like this. As you may have noticed, we're in the midst of a murder spree. Look at it as a loser's circle of sorts. You're stuck in the center.
Me?
Mm-hmm. You're the red one. Let's do this systematically.
Must we?
Sometime last Friday night, out of the clear blue sky, Cutler was butchered in your park. Now, what was your relation to her?
She was my secretary. We were friends.
Okay, this is Cutler. And this is your babysitter. She also worked for you in close or less formal capacity. I mean, how formal does babysitting get?
Not too formal.
Not too formal. And she's also great pals with your daughter, right?
Well, she was.
And she finds herself out on a limb, in that park again. The 2 murders had a lot in common. The 3rd time around, however, our killer got more ambitious and did in, what's her name, vocal cords?
Pam.
Cleese. Maybe because people stopped using that park real quick, he moved indoors and did Cleese in. Now, Sutton was the obvious suspect since he had something going with each one of the victims at one time or another. But what I failed to pick up on was that all the victims knew you too. And Cleese was better friends with your wife than either of the other two victims. Do you see the pattern?
No.
These people are being picked off in reverse order of their importance to you. If we're dealing with a psycho, it's a psycho with a plan. So anyhow, Sutton figures he better split because things don't look too good for him, and he gets shot in the process.
By you?
I shot him in the leg despite your efforts to the contrary. Somebody else, a psycho, blew out his brains with a gun of identical caliber.
What's this?
Just take my word for it. Anyway, with the girlfriends and the boyfriend gone, your garden display out there was a natural for the next kill.
How's that?
He's out there every day, he's great pals with the family, practically a fixture. My point is that all this is leading home. My impression is that this guy really hates you, and he's gonna rake you over the coals. Your family's probably next. He'll take out your daughter, and your wife, and only then will he go for your throat.
What about you?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Well, where would I fit in? I don't work for you, or under you, or with you.
No?
No, not in any official capacity. I've hardly known you for more than a week, so I wouldn't qualify as a friend.
I see.
Face it, I'm a stranger. Now, who do you know unhinged enough to go on a murder spree like this?
No one.
It has to be somebody with absolutely nothing to lose and the motive to do it.
Why don't you just break it to me?
Hagen.
Hagen?
Mm-hmm.
You mean they haven't picked him up yet?
They haven't even seen him. He's been lying very low.
Why don't I talk to Howard? Maybe he can help us with Nick.
I hate to interrupt like this.
Why? How do you usually interrupt?
I think you two better come with me. You'll want to see this.
Nice pool.
Those two over there discovered the hand in there about 15 minutes ago.
This must be doing wonders for the property values around here.
Can't somebody fish it out?
If the caretaker quit, I would.
We're just about to.
Captain Fielding, I'm sorry. We did all we could. She expired 10 minutes ago.
And Richard? Ward?
We bandaged his head. He left right after she died.
Left? Where did he go?
He didn't say.
What do you mean he didn't say?
I assure you, Mrs. Ward, we're every bit as concerned about his absence as you are.
My husband just disappears from a hospital emergency room and you tell me you're concerned?
Mrs. Ward, I don't know.
Do you mean to tell me you know of no one who can find him?
Well, actually, I was about to inquire if perhaps you did.
No calls, huh?
Ward House.
Yeah, is Dick there?
No.
Well, do you know where I can reach him? It's important.
No.
Well, look, I've got to talk to him.
Do you know when he'll be back?
No.
Well, can you take a message for me?
Sure.
In a hurry?
Sure.
Okay, well, tell him that Howard called and he's got the address for him.
Wait.
Come on. Well, look, never mind that.
Just write down Hagen. 206
Wait.
H-A-G-E-N. You got it?
Okay.
Okay, 206.
206.
Pillsbury. P-I-L-L-S-B-U-R-Y.
Pillsbury?
Pillsbury Southeast.
Pillsbury South.
Tell him he's underground.
Howard.
Howard.
Dad?
When they see me, they all want to flee. Lonely little shark. I'm not gonna hurt you. Thank you. I made it up for Dad today. I'm just afraid he'll miss.
Hello?
What about some Cleveland?
Thompson, right?
Yes. I'm calling you with regard to the murders.
Can't wait till tomorrow. I wanted to catch you before you left on vacation.
I used up my vacation.
Oh. Well, we found the knife.
The knife? It was lying in a clump of bushes, perhaps 20 feet from where your babysitter was found. Oh. That knife.
The coroner is linking it to your secretary's death, too.
Well, I could have guessed that. It's a standard serrated kitchen blade, about 12 inches long from base to tip.
Sounds right.
I'd suggest much for a positive idea with Hagen, though.
I wouldn't worry about it.
No, I don't.
Or Bill. You get it now.
Hagen didn't happen to have a gun, did he, when you were pursuing him?
No, why?
Bill.
The slug that downed Terry matches the one we dug out of Sutton, but neither seemed to have been fired from the gun found in Hagen's apartment. The creases don't match.
When did you figure this out?
I'm finishing my report right now.
So he had a second gun.
Any more potatoes?
Well, he must have.
Didn't have potato bread.
I wonder where it is.
For the rest of his
I don't know.
life. Oh, come on.
Neither do I. Do you know what time Hagen was discovered missing that Friday night?
No.
11 p.m. I checked the prison records.
Never.
Well?
Well, Cheryl was attacked approximately 1 hour later, 30 miles away. He must have had it all planned.
What?
I said Hagen must have had everything worked out to the last detail.
I'm not hungry. Well, I know you're not hungry, but you should finish your meal. Mmm. Oh.
It was clearly psychotic, no question.
That was exquisite. Do you have any more? One sip.
The skill
You
and
haven't had
execution.
enough. The flake. All right, that's enough.
You started it.
Me?
Yeah,
You know, mothers never start things like this. Way too juvenile. Don't throw food, dear. You'll be sweeping like Cinderella for the rest of your life.
There's a way.
Oh, God. Richard? Are you going to finish?